Like, share, subscribe, ring my bell, and keep watching the news too. No, all right. If you had to guess, check this out.
This blows my mind. This became one of the most wanted vessels on Earth. This is
on Earth,
a 466-foot Lursen that cost
with a chopper on
$1 to build. It's
a yacht with a chopper.
Alexei Mordashov. When international sanctions hit, Nord suddenly became a fugitive at sea. Authorities and journalists tracked it across oceans. It was spotted slipping out of ports at night, shutting off its tracking systems, and reappearing thousands of miles away. Entire governments wanted to seize it, but Nord stayed one step ahead. And that's where the mystery deepened. It begged the question, why would anyone fight so hard to keep it? On the outside, it looks like a traditional mega yacht. Helipads, pools,
traditional mega yacht. You know what they look like.
Features an IMAX theater, spa.
I'm Robin Leach, sucking up to the rich, showing you things you can't afford. Look at this beautiful yacht in the strait. It's something you'll never have. Back to the clip.
The question,
which way
why would anyone fight so hard to
why
keep it? On the outside, it looks like a traditional mega yacht. Helipads, pools, and a beach club. It even features an IMAX theater, spa, and suites for 36 guests. But on the inside,
suites,
potentially something more sinister. A rumor emerged that it has missile detection systems and escape vessels. Recently, it ditched the typical cruising grounds of the Mediterranean for a trip to the Arctic in the Chukchi Sea. So, is this just another Russian billionaire's opulent mega yacht? Or is this the most private and capable escape? A $500 million ghost ship hiding in plain sight? What do you think?
What do you think about that ship hiding in plain sight? It's not hidden because I just seen it on the clip. Here's the next one. Look out for this. HAARP, H-A-A-R-P, coming to you soon. High Active Aurora Research
Sea-based
Project.
X-band SBX-1 is a floating, self-propelled radar station.
That's the new floating self-propelled one.
It's designed to withstand heavy seas and high wind.
Check it out.
In April 2013, it was reported that SBX-1 was being deployed to monitor North Korea.
And everyone else, allegedly for their entertainment purposes only. Gee, what's setting that on fire there in Hawaii? Is that Hawaii? That's the North Carolina mountains. No, that's Myrtle Beach. Hold on. That's somewhere out in the ocean. Look at that ball of lava. Holy mackerel. That thing beamed up the sky right there. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Check this out. This is what you need to know.
In the corner of Alaska sits a forest of silver antennas. This is
silver antennas.
Officially, it studies the sky, but many believe it's actually the world's first weather warfare machine. HAARP works by firing 3.6 million watts of high-frequency radio energy into the ionosphere. It heats the upper atmosphere, pushing it into space. This creates a physical bulge that forces the jet stream to curve. By moving the jet stream, you can theoretically steer a hurricane or create a drought over any country on Earth. The most realistic part? Critics claim HAARP can also use extremely low frequencies, ELF,
for their entertainment purposes only.
By vibrating the tectonic plates at their resonant frequency, it could trigger earthquakes from thousands of miles away. Whenever a sudden freak storm or earthquake happens in a politically tense region, the world looks at the silver antennas in Alaska. They aren't just listening to the sky, they're poking it.
Listening to you.
When the sky becomes a weapon, there's nowhere to hide. This is the Void Files. In a remote corner of Alaska sits a forest.
Look, you guys, HAARP, high output, active Aurora Research Project. You got to look into it. It's good stuff. I'm just saying. And after that, and before that, comes the next clip.
Amy Eskridge, one of the 11 scientists that committed suicide, said before she died that she believed we had elites and people living among us that were from the future. Watch this.
So the ultra-terrestrials, I'll just tell you. The ultra-terrestrials, I think, have you heard of the P-52s and the P-47s? Do you know what that is? They're us from the future. They're from here. They are you. They are me. They're from here, from the future. P-47 is present plus 47,000 years. P52 is present plus 52,000 years. And basically there's a calamity, right? So there's like a apocalypse scenario in the near future. It wipes out most of like everything, man. And there's the ones that go underground and survive, right? And then there's the ones that somehow stay on the surface and miraculously don't die.
Is this part of the reason why bunker sales have exploded in recent years? Because we or our descendants are time traveling to tell us how to survive what's to come? It's all really crazy, but it's important to note that Amy made every effort possible to let her friends and business partners know that she was not suicidal and would not kill herself, but instead that she feared for her life. So it makes you wonder if she was just speaking too much truth about ultra-terrestrials, propulsion systems, and everything else. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
In China. It's not even happening in the US. There's 20 scientists in China that are missing, that are studying the same things.
Yo, what the fuck is going on, bro?
No, and a lot of
China's probably worse to do that.
Look. So all of these guys that went missing, a military AI expert, a chemist, a data scientist, a space expert, a drone expert, a hypersonics expert. This is all about space.
Holy shit.
So now I think this is what's going on. It's the first one to figure this out. That's why they're trying to kill everyone.
Oh.
Isn't going to happen. That isn't going to happen. All the groundwork and all the work has already been done to stop that from happening. But so we're now just going to sort of play it out, and it's going to unfold. So people here have already chosen if they haven't learned the lessons, or they haven't fully understood the lessons to be learned in 3D master-slave dualistic reality, then they will go to another frequency or a similar type of plane as this one and redo the life cycle lessons over and over again. If the ones that are, because I believe that the ones that are going to be left here are going to be the ones to build the new paradigm, and the new paradigm is going to be built with an understanding and an acceptance of each other, where it's not about it will be about where we'll understand that harming somebody else, or attempting to harm somebody else, because you'll have an intrinsic understanding that the other person is actually you wouldn't want to go and harm them, because you'd know you'd be harming yourself. And so that will, the people that are left to build that here will, so what, essentially whatever you think of yourself, whatever you believe, you think you are the imagination of yourself. I'm definitely sure of that. I'm definitely sure what you feel about you'll sort of manifest outwardly to other people. And so that's...
Is that the whole trick? Is that because we're able to manifest?
And they can't manifest.
And if they get us, they're going to get us to manifest ourselves out of existence so they can have the planet.
Well, they won't know, because they need us as batteries. Remember, because they can't build. They're not. It's funny. They call themselves builders. Because Freemasons or masonry it means building or architecture, and it's ironic really, because they can't build. They're the ones who can't. They're the ones who can build, who do the building. That's probably one of their cosmic jokes again. The ones who can build are the ones we're using us to build for them, because they don't have a central core to build. I think every single possible reality is played out. Every single possible thing, even a reality where this chair was a different color, or where you didn't have turkey for lunch. Every single possibility is played out. So in the reality that's played out, where they do win, where they're victorious, they would have a slave race that was an androgynous slave race, probably kept down to a lot less people on the planet than there are now. They would probably keep I don't know. I don't know.
It seems to be happening now, the androgynous.
Yeah, it sort of does. It sort of does, and they sort of are doing that. But it's not. But they haven't done it completely, because there are still warriors on this planet who are standing up and speaking and fighting back and doing something. So they haven't, they are trying to do it, and it seems like they're getting closer to it. But they completely control the media in every way. So how do I really know that what they put on the television is really what's going on? I don't know if any of that's true. I don't really know if that's a bit like Wag the Dog, that movie that De Niro and Hoffman did, where it's all, the news media where they show, everything that they show is just literally to sway the mind or the public opinion into whatever direction they want to.
You can have a fictional story, no basis in reality.
On a network
mainstream.
Okay, well, so that sort of ties in with the blurring of the lines of everything, doesn't it? Because they want to blur the lines of everything so that there's confusion. And so I think I said before, like one of their mottos, Masonic mottos, is Ordo ab Chaos, which is order out of chaos. And so what they want to do is create literally as much chaos by blurring the lines of everything, whether it's sexuality or whatever, so that then they can implement their new world system.
So when we have people that have contempt for government, contempt for major broadcasters and the press, it's actually they want that. They want that.
Yeah, and I do.
Of authority.
And so with the Savile thing was really, really significant in pointing in the direction of going, because Prince Charles had so many connections to Savile, and there's very clear royal ties to Savile, very, very, very clear. So it's becoming clearer and clearer that perhaps the royal family, may even to the common, regular person, that maybe that they are involved. So I wouldn't be surprised if they used all of those as fall guys. And they used all of these people that we have grown up with, seeing and idolized. That's also another attack on the heart too.
Yeah.
We grew up idolizing these people and thinking they were just, fantastic and loving them, falling in love with them. We fall in love with our movie stars. We fall in love with the people we see on television every day. And then it was set up that 20 years later that we're being told.
So if I ever shave my face again, you'll know. It's a thing. It's not our world.
None of this is real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Then I watched everybody talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead.
Man is on a quest to play God, to control the weather and use it as a weapon. Lightnings, torrential rains, hurricanes, targeted at the enemy.
The ultimate war is if you never have to fire a round and nobody ever knew you launched the fight.
Is it possible there have already been attacks using weather weapons?
If you get down low enough, you can actually see a clear layer above the antenna. It is actually pushing these water particles up, and that's exactly how HAARP works. What we've done is we've not only pushed the cloud off of the HAARP antenna, but as you can see, our cloud is almost completely gone inside. HAARP does exactly the same thing. It ionizes the particles, pushes them out into space.
HAARP is one of several ELF wave transmitters located all over the globe. The United States owns and operates 3 of them. One in Gacona, Alaska, another in Fairbanks, Alaska, and one in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Russia has one in Vasilursky near Nizhny Novgorod, and the European Union has one near Tromsø in Norway.
Where?
Working
Say
in
that again.
tandem, the European Union has one near Tromsø in Norway.
Tromsø.
Working in tandem, these transmitters could potentially alter the weather anywhere in the world, changing the jet stream's course entirely, triggering massive rainstorms or droughts. Even hurricane steering would be possible by heating up the atmosphere and building up high-pressure domes that could deflect or change the course of hurricanes.
Coming to a neighborhood near
in
you.
its position that HAARP is just an atmospheric research facility.
That's all.
But is it more than coincidence that since going online, some experts have reported strange weather anomalies, including massive floods, hurricanes, and earthquakes?
There it is. Oh man, you got to watch out for that weather coming to a sky near you. Here we go. What's going on? Something's happening. Oh, Karen, look out, Karen. What in the? Just a minute. What is the? I knew the little girl would do it. I can't believe it. Look at that. Mom, Karen, she's lost it. Next clip. Had to throw one out. Karen crashing. Out. Here we go. Ho, look out. Girl, will you be still? I swear to God. What in the? Get control of her. What's wrong with her? You quit? Stop doing shots. Stop doing shots. Here we go. Next clip.
You left the car in gear to fight out a road rage, and it rolled into another car.
Yeah, because that dude had.
How'd that work out for you,
like
Laura?
Maybe next time he'll learn.
That's not how this
know
works.
What I'm saying?
You can't just let your car smash into somebody's bumper.
It's a scratch. He was asking for it. You're acting like it's murder or something.
For real? This is real.
Okay, I'm going to call AI cap on that one. Bam,
this chilling footage shows Anne Heche's vehicle travelling at crazy speeds through the LA neighborhoods, leading to a catastrophic crash.
What?
Traffic crash.
Oh my goodness, you guys see how fast she's going? You're going to get plenty more.
Her Mini Cooper collided with a home, igniting a massive fire that required almost nearly 60 firefighters to extinguish. In a shocking moment, believed to be unconscious, Anne Heche suddenly sits up on the stretcher, fueling widespread speculation. Known for her high-profile romance with Ellen DeGeneres.
Excuse me.
Spread speculation. Known for her high-profile romance with Ellen DeGeneres. The final project, Girl. For her high-profile romance with Ellen DeGeneres.
What's the number of the fire engine they're being placed in? Why would you place a? She's trying to get up. 3 9s, 3 6s. I think you know the deal. Keep
the final project, Girl in Room 13, delved into the dark world of human trafficking, aiming to shed light on this pressing issue. Some speculate her death is linked to uncovering dangerous truths. Anne Heche's life was marked by talent and turmoil, leaving us to question the mysteries around her death. What do you think happened to Anne Heche? Share your thoughts below.
Share below down there, you guys. You know what happened. Let's get into it.
Anne was spotted driving her little blue car about 100 miles an hour. She hit a
blue
curb,
cars don't catch fire in Hawaii.
Went into the house, and then it immediately burst into flames. Y'all haven't heard this yet? Oh my gosh. Now, it is alleged that she was trapped in that car with the burning flames for over an hour. Neighbors called 911, and the next thing you know, news crews and helicopters are circulating around the house. They're filming it, and then they see a stretcher.
Okay, guys, look, one in the back. Check it out. Here we go.
And then they see
watch the numbers.
Stretcher.
I'm just saying, what's the numbers? 69, also known as a yin yang. Just saying. I don't know how you see numbers, but these people see numbers as things you count. And since you can count things, you keep control of things, and they keep control of it allegedly for Ellen DeGeneres' entertainment purposes only.
Completely covered up like it is a passed away body on a stretcher being loaded into the ambulance. But then something happens that none of us, I don't think, has ever seen before.
Cue the zombie noises.
This. When I saw that, I was like...
Who's seen that? Excuse me, did that lady just get up, try to get off the stretcher? And number is 63. Look at her. Let me out of here. What? That's from the side view. What? She's trying to get up.
When I saw that, I was like, what? But when it had come out that she was in a crash, there's a man who sold wigs in his wig shop in Venice who said that she had just came in there an hour earlier, and he was just so shocked that she was
that she was in there with short hair, no wig. I don't understand what happened. Here we go. Check it out. Sorry, I'm sorry.
speeding down a road and just crashed her car because, like, why would she come buy a wig? Why would she do all these things?
Why would you do that?
An hour before.
Where's the
None
wig?
of it made any sense. Now, I have heard different people online say that they thought that that could have been a burn bag, or a burnt to cover her up because she was burned. Well, they said she was burned.
She looked burned
out of it, but you gotta admit they had her wrapped up like it was a dead body, and it
was the fire engine that gave it away for me.
Was in that car for an hour. Okay, wait a minute.
She wasn't in that car for an hour.
Car for an
Who timed
hour with burned flames around her. How was she even alive? And the person that called 911 said that they heard someone screaming from the car. The entire situation was just so bizarre. But that ain't even it. That is not even it. So they transport her to the hospital. Now, you saw her sit up, right? She looked like she was trying to get out. Like, oh my gosh.
Let me out of here.
They get her to the hospital, and the news starts saying she's in stable condition. But then it went from her being in stable condition to extreme critical care, then to a mechanical ventilation. Then they said she was on life support. Then they said she was brain dead. And then they said they were going to keep her on life support long enough to harvest her organs because she was an organ donor. And then they pulled the plug 2 days later. So it was like, what? What? Okay, so you've got this man who's seen her an hour before, and she's completely fine. She's taking pictures.
With a wig.
She's buying a wig. Next thing you know, she's running into a building, backing up, and speeding 100 miles down a neighborhood.
Why would you do that?
A person's house where the car burst into flames. So you can understand why the internet is going bonkers. Like, what?
You can see the severity.
But some of the things that people were talking about online or other people that mysteriously passed away unexpectedly that were also either speaking of or in cahoots or something with things that have to do with stuff related to trafficking or those other kind of crimes, if you know what I mean. Now, Paul Walker, right, who mysteriously died in that car crash that everybody just wrote off. Well, Fast and Furious, well, he was racing. This is no disrespect to any of these family members because I don't know them. I don't know really what went on. And anybody that loved these people that we're about to talk about, I'm not trying to stir up drama. I'm just telling y'all things that are being heavily spoke about over on Twitter and on social media platforms. Okay. And I think it's worth mentioning. Paul Walker was doing a movie right before he passed away named Hours. Okay, and in Hours, he said that named
whose movie?
Hours.
Oh,
okay, and
theirs.
Hours.
Theirs or ours? I'm confused with what's going on. O-U-R or H-O-U-R? How's it going? How
He even said,
okay, let's try it again.
Never been honest.
One of the Who's.
He said
Hours.
That he was
That's right.
Mentioning Paul Walker was doing a movie right before
What's the name of it?
away named Hours.
Hours.
And in
Hours, it's on the screen. H-O-U-R-S.
He had never been honest before.
I'm going to replay it and shut up. Here we go.
He was going to be honest. He had never been honest before like this in his life. He even said, which this part I don't really understand, but then again, Hollywood is weird, but that they walked around on set for 2 days in order to get real honest with himself. Just seems like some more Hollyweird stuff in my opinion.
Hollyweird stuff.
But that he was going to get honest and he was going to start telling the truth. Well, nobody knows what he was going to tell the truth about. Anne's situation is also being compared to Chris Cornell. Now, Chris Cornell was speaking out very openly about this trafficking situation.
Yes, he was.
Not long after all of this.
For not long, that's right. Say that again, ladies and gentlemen. Replay.
Well, not long after.
Not long after that.
About this trafficking situation. Well, not long after all of this, he was found hanging, and he had taken his own life. Then you talk about this guy right here.
I don't think so. That's right. This guy. Palm Beach Pete.
A cell where he was supposed to have 24 hours watch, where the guards just happened to
all watches are 24 hours. People are crazy.
where the guards just happened to fall asleep and the cameras just happened to not be working that day.
That happens.
Come on.
It
You
happens.
wonder why people are questioning these types of things, because it's so bizarre. And then you also add on top of it the trial.
Just slain.
It's like so hush hush online. That should be so.
She's in
big.
prison. She
Or
can't
how
get
about the
online.
fact that the trafficking situation is something that is almost never talked about in the media. According to online
Please, there you go. Jump cut.
600,000 to 800,000 people are trafficked every single
What'd you say?
year. It's just.
Say it again.
It is a
sorry.
wild story, you guys.
That's a wild story, you guys. Christina Randall for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Next clip coming up in just moments. Until then, check this out. Check it out, right? 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 You said that? You got it? Damn, sorry. My fault. You've got it. There it is. Okay. There it is. There it is. There it is. What's going on? What's happening? Oh, something special's happening. Next clip.
Old story, you guys.
Next clip. What's going on? Let's try it again.
Anne was spotted driving her little.
Next clip. Look at her driving by. Listen. That's the brakes locked down, in the back. The brakes are locked. It's a front wheel drive car, and it's going 100 miles an hour. She's hitting the brakes. Someone else is hitting the gas. Watch, watch. Oh, damn.
Oh my gosh, he's completely alive.
Now that all these Epstein files being released, this Ellen and Ann's used to be relationship make perfect sense now. When you think about this.
As driver was identified as Ann Heche. You can see we slowed it down a little bit for you as firefighters were trying to help this woman get the help that she needed from the hospital as she crashed into this house and the fire, like you heard just me say a little bit ago, they were trying to put that out.
Now they call Ann Heche deceased on the scene while putting her on the stretcher, while leading her to the ambulance. Why did she try to get off the stretcher before they put her in the ambulance? On national TV.
On the other side of the
television.
Vehicle. Oh my gosh.
So for those of you who always talking about why he always talking about G.
Oh my gosh.
On national TV.
On the other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh.
So for those of you who always talking about why he always talking about Jesus, cause he always put me on game.
There it is, putting it on blast. Jesus be doing it.
With his light.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ellen DeGeneres for entertainment purposes only. Let's get out of here. Look, tune in next week when we're doing more videos. If we don't do more videos, then I'll tell you. Subscribe. Leave a comment below. If you're watching it, say something. Say 6 words. I think that helps with your algorithm. I don't really care what you say. Just say it over and over, and it gets more in the algorithm. Just like some good content, some good videos. And then if not, lots of bad ones.